Welcome back, guys. This is part 4 of my Xbox 360 collection. Nearly done now, just this last part. First of all, Defiance. What can I say about this game? I actually really enjoyed this game, what I played of it, apart from the fact that it kept crashing at the time. But what I played of this game, I actually really liked. Preferred it to Destiny, to be honest. The normal version of Lost Planet, Extreme Condition. I showed the tin version in the last video. Yeah, good little game. Looks a bit basic now, like, but this is the only last Lost Planet game I actually have. SpongeBob SquarePants, Plankton's Robotic Revenge. This is quite a fun game. 100%ed this, every achievement. 4 players with kids. Yeah, good laugh, that game. Iron Man 2. Not a bad little game. Obviously, movie tie-in games usually suck, but it weren't too bad. Not the best game you'll ever play, but it's alright. Risen 2, Dark Waters Special Edition. I really enjoy pirate-themed games, and I really wanted to like this. The controls are a bit clunky though, and obviously it's not going to be the best pirate game you ever play, but yeah, it's a pretty good game. Command & Conquer, Tiberium Wars. Yeah, again, as I've mentioned in previous videos, my son plays strategy games more than I do, but Command & Conquer's been around forever, and it's a good game. Rockstar's Table Tennis. This is a fairly good game. It's not what you usually see from Rockstar, but it's quite enjoyable. Table tennis is fun in real life, and this is definitely worth a stab. You can get it dead cheap now. The Club. Good little game. Another one that I've had for years, to be honest. Did play all the way through it and enjoyed it. It's just manic, running around, shooting. Different to your normal game you usually play. This is the only ice hockey game I have in my collection. NHL 2009. I like to have one of each sort of games, even if they are old ones. But you can get it for like £1.50 or whatever. So, yeah, not a bad game. Clive Barker's Jericho. This is basic. It's alright. Nothing special. Not as good as I wanted it to be. But, yeah, it's fairly average, that. Wet. I wanted this one because it's Bethesda. Paid £2 for it. It's basically like a female version of Stranglehold for me, but yeah, it's alright. Pretty good game. We've only got 2 Kinect games. This is one, Kinect Adventures. Basic. I'm not a big fan of Kinect, to be honest, so not that good. Another one, Kinectimals. Got them with the Kinects years ago and just kept hold of them, but yeah, not that good. Football Manager 2008. I used to be a massive Football Manager fan back when they first came out. Got it because it were £1 and I really liked Football Manager at the time. I've also picked up 2006 at the time for £1. I actually had this one when it were 40 quid. In 2006. Used to play it every single day, but obviously it's dated now. SSX. Not a bad game. As you can see, got it for £5. I think it's been free with gold since then, but I have had it for years and did enjoy what I played of it. I'm not a massive fan of snowboarding and skateboarding, but I prefer snowboarding, to be honest. Wanted. Weapons of Fate. I enjoyed what I played of this one. It were quite unique, like the bullet cam thing that they had, and I enjoyed the film Wanted, but from what I can remember, I got stuck on a part on this where there's loads of enemies and you're either on a turret or there's loads of enemies to take out, and it was frustrating, so I give up. Cabela's Alaskan Adventures. I used to love Cabela games, the hunting games, Dangerous Hunts. This one's really bog standard, nothing special. If you can get it dead cheap. But other than that, it's not that good, to be honest. Pure. a game I've had for years and years. Again, I think I got it free, this, to be honest, but I'm not that into these sort of racing games, to be honest. Cricket, again, another one I wanted one of each sort, and I got it for £3. It's actually not a bad game. I'm not a massive fan of cricket, to be honest, but this is not too bad. Now this was a good game. This was brilliant. Ghostbusters was my favourite when I was younger. I used to have all the figures and everything, but this is fantastic with all the licensed voices. The story were great. I've actually beat this a few times. Plus, I believe it's backwards compatible now. So this is one I'd definitely pick up out of this video. Enslaved Odyssey to the West. This is on everybody's Hidden Gems videos. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't think it's as good as everybody says it is. It gets a little bit repetitive, to be honest. But yeah, it's alright. Angry Birds Star Wars. This is another one. I'm not a big Angry Birds fan, so it's not really one that I'd play, but keep hold of it. Another one of my favourites from when I was a kid, Transformers. This is Revenge of the Fallen. It's alright. I've not played it for a long time, and it's actually the only Transformers game I own. But I don't think I'd buy another one, to be honest. MotoGP 08. Surprisingly, I am into superbikes, and I only paid £1.99 for it, and I put tons of hours into it, this game, actually. Back in the day, years ago, I just loved winning as all the different bikes and riders. Yeah, I used to love that game. Star Wars Complete Saga. This one is a good game. Again, if you've got more than one person to play with or on the same screen, yeah, good game. It's one of the better. Lego Star Wars are the best Lego games I think you can get, to be honest. Well, in my opinion, they are. This is a double pack. Indiana Jones, Kung Fu Panda. I've got Kung Fu Panda normally on its own, and I do have Lego Indiana Jones 2 digitally. But yeah, I played Indiana Jones more than Kung Fu Panda on that one. Prince of Persia, the reboot. This is the one with the cel-shaded graphics. Yeah, picked it up cheap. Actually liked it. Kind of reminded me a little bit of Darksiders when I played this. Yeah, it's not a bad game, that one. Stranglehold. As I said earlier, it's like a male version of Wet. I actually enjoyed this one, what I played of it. Diving around, slow motion, doing stunts. Yeah, it was fairly good. I'd say this is better than Wet, to be honest. Call of Juarez. This is the only Call of Juarez game I have, and it's okay. This is the first one. I don't think I'd pick the other two up unless they were cheap, then I would. Looney Tunes Acme Arsenal. Yeah, this is alright. Had many hours with kids on this when they were younger. Finished it, got every single achievement. Finished the game multiple times. It's actually a laugh, that game. Toy Story Mania. This is a bit like a funfair game. This was actually quite fun. Got most of the achievements on this. Well worth £5 if you just want to laugh with your mates or with your kids or something. Easy achievement, so yeah, it's alright, that. Chronicles of Riddick, Assault on Dark Athena, and you also get Escape from Butcher Bay on this. I've had this one for years. I enjoy both games. Never finished both games, but I would recommend this to anybody, as it has Vin Diesel's voice acting on it as well, which is a bonus, and it sounds really good on it, and it still looks good. So yeah, I'd recommend that one. This one's alright. Hunted, the Demon's Forge. Again, it's Bethesda. I do like Bethesda games. I remember not getting very far in this game. I liked it because you could play co-op on it. But yeah, it's another one I'd definitely go back and try again. This one I played all the way through, Rogue Warrior. I actually really enjoyed this. People call it. It had Mickey Rourke's voice in, and it has full of swearing, and it's over the top, but I actually enjoyed this game. Played all the way through it, every single level. Yeah, I'd recommend that one, actually. Blitz the League. This is an over-the-top American football style game. I don't have Blitz 2. I've only got this one, but it's pretty good. It's better than... I enjoy this, actually, more than the Madden games, because you don't take it very seriously. Binary Domain. This one's a bit of hidden gem. It plays a bit like Gears of War, but with robots in, from what I can remember. Not played it for a long time, but I would recommend it to any fan of shooters, especially if you can get it for that sort of price. It's probably even cheaper now. Sonic Generations. This is not bad. From what I can remember, you play as like both versions of Sonic over the years. This is a fairly good game, actually, in the Sonic series. This is Sonic Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed. It's not a bad game. You can, on this one you can have boats and planes and things, but this is not my favourite. This next one's my favourite. I prefer the original Sonic Sega Racing, just on the tracks. I prefer this to that one with the planes and the things in. Another Lego Star Wars game. This is number 3, the Clone Wars. It's not bad. I preferred the complete saga to this one. But I'd recommend, like I said, the Star Wars Lego games are probably the best Lego games you can get. So I would recommend both, but I'd get the complete saga over this one. Lost Odyssey. Not bad if you're into them Japanese role-playing games. I'm not a massive fan. I picked it up years ago because it was like $4.99, and you had got a few discs with it, but I'm not the best at these sort of games. But a lot of people rave about this. I can see why they enjoy it. Eat Lead, The Return of Matt Hazard. I picked this one up because it looked like a bit of a hidden gem, and what I played of it, I actually really enjoyed this game. Looks a bit cheesy and a bit old, but it's actually really enjoyable, and the voice acting's good on this game. So I would recommend this if you're a fan of shooters. Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise. This is the second one, I think. I think it is, anyway. But I have got the upgraded versions on the Rare Replay on the Xbox One. But, yeah, it's not really my sort of thing, this. It's like a fun little game, but not really my sort of thing. Fracture. This is like a different sort of LucasArts. You can manipulate terrain and things on this one. I remember getting quite far, maybe halfway through, and then I got a bit stuck on a part, and it were a bit buggy and I didn't know where to go, so I give up on that. Spider-Man 3. Another movie license game. Not the best Spider-Man game you can get, but not too bad. I've played worse movie license games. Shadows of the Damned. This one is actually really, really good. It's on a lot of people's, again, hidden gems. I really enjoyed this one. The funny dialogue and voice acting is fantastic on this. This is one out of this part 4 video. I'd pick this one up as well. That's another one. Banjo and Kazooie, Nuts and Bolts. It's actually quite enjoyable, this one. Not bad. I spent a bit of time on it, but I'm not well up on the Banjo and Kazooie series, apart from Rare Replay. This is not a bad little game. Cursed Crusade. Played this a lot with my son. Split screen. Yeah, I like all that Templar sort of stuff. The only thing was, it was a bit laggy and a bit glitchy, but it's not a bad game if you can... Well, yeah, for £4. Yeah, it's alright. Fight Night Round 4. Not bad. I'd actually preferred Fight Night Round 3, to be honest, which I've showed in a previous video. But, yeah, again, this is on one of them piles. If you can get it cheap, get it. Dead to Rights Retribution. I really wanted to enjoy this one, but for some reason I just couldn't really get into it, to be honest. It was alright, third person, but yeah, I just wished I'd enjoyed it more than I did. This one was actually very good, Rise of the Argonauts. If you're into all that sort of mythology and that, I enjoyed this one more than Clash of the Titans, without a doubt. I'd recommend this one. It's like a bit of a hidden gem, I think, this. Combat was actually good on it. Too Human. Picked this up because, yeah, they started pulling it off the shelves. And I'd heard it were going to start being hard to get hold of. So I picked it up, and you know what? It weren't too bad. I'd actually recommend it Pretty good game, that. Operation Flashpoint, Dragon Rising. This game is actually pretty difficult, this. It were only £2 and I wanted to see what they were like, the Flashpoint games, but it's actually really difficult. It's very realistic, but a bit too difficult, so I give up. This is a great game, 50 Cent, Blood on the Sand. Actually really enjoyed this, played all the way through it. Fantastic soundtrack, really good game. I'd recommend this one. Out of all this list, this is another one. If you're into over-the-top fun games, yeah, that's a good one. Brink. This game had a lot of, controversy. This were people saying it were nowhere near as good as what they thought it were going to be. I enjoyed it. There was a couple of missions I got really stuck on that were really hard. I can't think of the mission, but there were one mission that stopped me from finishing the whole thing. But I enjoyed what I played of it. Overlord, not bad. Picked it up. I wanted an Overlord game, and they had both of them in, so I got Overlord 1 for £3 and £4 for Overlord 2. Not bad games. I've not really played a lot of them, but yeah, they're alright, what I have played. Mortal Kombat vs DC Universe. Played this a lot. It's not as good as Mortal Kombat 9, or the newer ones, or Injustice, but fun, enjoyable game. Again, if you like fighters, you can't beat Mortal Kombat and Injustice. So, this is not a bad game for a collection. Dungeon Siege 3. Fairly average to me. It's like a watered down version of Diablo. I didn't enjoy it as much. In fact, I preferred Sacred 3 to this. But Diablo's my favourite dungeon crawler. Time Shift. Not bad. Another, fairly bog standard third person shooter, to be honest. Never finished it. Sierra game. So it's alright. Wolfenstein. Had this one for a long time. This is a really good game. I'm a massive fan of the Wolfenstein games. I have all the newer ones on the Xbox One. And I've had this one for a long time. I never did finish this one, but I got very far into it and I really enjoyed what I played of it. Yeah, I'd recommend that one. This is another good game, Nier. Picked it up because it was a bit of a hidden gem. I'd recommend this one, actually, to be honest. It's one of them games that you don't always see out and about in the shops. I picked it up because I heard good things about it and I'm glad I did. Clash of the Titans. As I mentioned before, a bit like Rise of the Argonauts, but not as good as Rise of the Argonauts. The movie was very good, but this is very average, to be honest. Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. As I mentioned in a previous video, I've got the tin version of Lords of Shadow 2, but I've only played this one. Put about an hour or two into it. Would really like to go back to get into these games again, because I enjoyed what I played of this one. Warhammer Space Marine. Another one. It's a bit like a Gears of War clone. I used to be a big fan of Warhammer. This one's worth a playthrough if you're into third-person shooters. Yeah, it's alright, that one. Fight Night Round 3, as I mentioned, Round 4 earlier. This one is a bit older, but in my opinion, a better game than Round 4. I've not got any of the newer Fight Nights, only these two. Excuse me, but yeah, it's an alright game. Terminator Salvation. This is a game that got panned by most people, but played all the way through it in split screen. Enjoyed what I played of it. Love the Terminator movies. This is quite easy achievements as well, so I'd actually recommend this one. It's not as bad as people say it is. NBA 2K6 again. Had to own one basketball game, so I bought this one, and this happens to be the one with very easy achievement points, so that's another reason why I bought this. It's actually quite an enjoyable game if you're into basketball. And last game is Avatar: The Legend of, what does that say? Aang, the Burning Earth. I'll be honest, the only reason I bought this was for the quick 1000 out of 1000 gamer score, which you can get in about under 60 seconds just by button mashing, so I won't lie, that's the only reason why I bought that. Well worth £6 for that. Right, thanks for watching guys, thank you.